The year's 1879, but the history's not our own. Everything changed on July 3rd, 1863, during the Battle of Gettysburg. The dead rose up, the shadows darkened, and a reckoning had begun. Humanity's worst nightmares now walked the waking world. Everything seemed to be headed to hell in a handbasket. Humanity, however, was more resilient than the terrors expected. A secret war began between the darkness and those who would stand against it. A few sturdy folks from all walks of life, from schoolmarms to nuns, from snake oil salesmen to steadfast soldiers, and children to old coots, have risen up to stand between their fellow humans and creatures born in the very pits of hell. Some were fated to fall, but others stood firm. For the next hour or so, sit back and listen to the stories of horror and heroism, recounting of the sacrifices these unsung heroes have made. Enjoy these tales from the Deadlands. Be warned, however, these tales are not for the faint of heart.
Hello and welcome back to the Knights of the Smith Dinner Table actual play production of Deadlands, Tales from the Deadlands. Now, first I want to apologize because it has been a hot minute since last we recorded and published. And that 100% falls on me. My day job, I work in medical research, needed me to travel across the country to this little place called Little Rock, where I had to spend a whole week in the hell that they call weather. Seriously, the air was like soup out there, and it was 100 degrees almost every day. I do not recommend it. But that's neither here nor there. We are back. We are playing tonight. Unfortunately, Cheryl will not be joining us, but don't worry, we're in a good spot for her character to be missing. Beyond that, if you haven't heard, I was recently featured on the Savage World Summer Showcase. You can find that on Pinnacle Entertainment's YouTube page and on their Twitch page. Beyond that, I think it's time that we let's see, how is everybody doing?
The time has come to both ye and ha.
Luke Notman, everybody.
Hello.
How about the rest of y'all?
I mean, are we talking like me as in Mike or me as in Charles Wagoner?
Pick one.
Okay, well, Charles is really fucking confused as to what he got himself into, because all he was doing was trying to come and cook and make a name for himself and get away from spouses who want to kill him, and now he's in the midst of all of this. So he's not doing the best.
That's fair. That's very, very fair. Nick.
Well, Cole's like, oh shit. He's heard murmurs about some of these things, but to actually see it, oh fuck.
That's very valid. This is no joke. Pam.
The good doctor is wondering what she got herself into.
I mean, that is a masterwork of new science that you just got to witness firsthand.
Most definitely.
All right, then. Well, without further ado and delaying on my part, when last we left our Western weirdos, if you will, they had just witnessed 3 barrel-sized bombs fall from black airships in the sky over the Battle of Los Angeles. And when those bombs hit the ground, there was a blinding flash of light, a roar like the end of the world, and the last thing that our heroes remember is a skull-shaped cloud of fire rising up into the desert. Or up out of the desert. I apologize. Some undetermined amount of time later, all of you wake to a great ringing in your ears that obscures all other sound. And in the distance, you can see the black airships fading away into the western darkness. You look down, and thank God you still can't hear, because dozens of screaming, burning figures run and flail about uselessly in the fields ahead of you. Some of the fiery figures are running toward the distant ocean, but you know they're not going to make it. It's just too far. The ramshackle collection of buildings on the outskirts of Los Angeles, also known as Ghost Town, is fully aflame with screaming innocent folks fleeing the blaze. As you're kind of getting your wits about you, I need everybody to make a vigor check because of all the smoke that's in the air. All right. Oh. You got to click in the chat box there, Pam. All right. So Charles is doing all right. He's got a total of 10. Cole, total of 8. He's okay. And let's see. Dr. Tilly with an 11 is doing just fine. And these dice are loving you guys tonight as Goodman comes out with a total of 16. Now, for those of you who listen to us on YouTube, you may want to pay attention because you'll see that now you guys can see the map as well as the dice rolls and not just hear them. So all of you coughing up a lung, the smoke is just terrible, the dust in the air, the smell of burnt flesh, and I can tell you that is not a pleasant smell. Just everything works against you, and you all manage to pull from somewhere deep within you and push on. And as you look around, you see Lacey O'Malley running towards Ghost Town. What are you guys going to do?
I'm not going to let him go in there alone.
Yeah, I'm going to actually stop him because we don't know what the hell just happened.
You'd have to catch up to him. He starts out about 20 yards away from you. And he's already running.
He's already running?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and give me a notice check. Yeah. My brain is shutting down. Charles, go ahead and give me a notice check.
All right.
Oh, Tilly should not be entangled.
That's a 9.
On the 9, as you're looking and you see him running towards Ghost Town, you notice that he glanced up at Hellstrom, and just this look of utter disgust crosses his face. And as you follow his gaze to Hellstrom is standing atop his train, and the hellish lights of the fires just paint across his face, giving him the look of something almost devilish. And as you look back towards Lacey, you can, with that nice roll of 9, you can tell that he's saying something, and you're able to read his lips, and you're pretty sure he's shouting, "There are innocents in that town, we have to help them!" as he's running into the night.
He's gonna go help innocents. Look around at everyone. I don't see Daisy.
You do not.
Where's Daisy? Daisy, where'd you go, Daisy?
And
I'm gonna start
no
looking for her.
All right. Goodman, you said you were following Lacey. What about...
Lacey's an ally. He needs my help.
What about Cole?
Well, we know last time that Daisy went missing, she ended up somewhere she wasn't supposed to be. So she's probably somewhere near the fire, knowing her. So I will head that direction with Lacey to go find Daisy.
That kid scares the shit out of me.
And
wherever she is, trouble goes. And wherever I'm not, she'll be.
And what about Dr. Bates there?
I'm going to kind of hang back and wait to see what happens next. I don't want to go rushing in.
All right. So As you guys begin running into the fires of Ghost Town, and Charles goes looking hardcore for Daisy. Between the people in town who are still able to do anything, and yourselves, you manage to save quite a few people. And towards the end of it, as the fire is finally starting to die down, literally hours later, let's see here. I'm just going to roll random. Goodman, you're the one who finds Daisy. She is unconscious. Her face is blackened by soot. And if you had to guess, she probably stuck her head up at the wrong time when the bombs went off, and she was launched from wherever she was standing and caught a face full of ghost rock explosion. She's alive, just unconscious.
Yeah, the scare was initially like, because like that's a human face, basically. I'm assuming I'm like picking up a piece of rubble and she's like underneath it kind of thing. Or like a piece of like sheet roof or something. It's like, But then also realizing it's like, she flown that, like kids' bones, man, that's scary. Resilient. I'm going to pick her up and bring her back somewhere to, because I'm a little bit confused as to our like situation as far as like not what we're doing, but like where we're at as a party. Like, where are we based? What are we doing here? Like, if we have to leave her somewhere, where do we leave her?
Probably with Charles's wagon would be the best, because that's kind of a mobile base that they had before they met you. And that's probably going to be the best place to take her.
Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that I'll check in with. Obviously, I'll keep carrying the kid, but like I'll check in with Lacey and basically ask, like, is there anywhere else where we're needed?
He shakes his head and says, "No, we should gather back up. I need to speak with you and your friends."
Okay, I'll take the light sleeper here back to the caravan so she can rest. Heavens knows she's going to show up out of nowhere and save the day in the very near future. It's a barman's intuition. And I'm going to make my way over to the carriage.
Okay. As the rest of you all start to gather around, Lacey does go out and find those of you who are not quite back. And as you're gathered around Charles's chuck wagon, he looks at each of you, and all of you have, like, your faces are just covered in soot, smeared where you've been sweating. And
I'm going to interrupt you. It's the Roland Restaurant. Chuck wagons are for cowboys. This is fine dining.
Yeah.
Respect the wagon.
It's fine dining. It serves liquor. And I'm going to pull a flask out of my coat. And I'm going to pass it around the circle.
After Lacey gets his swig, he says, that was good work out there. Good work in Hellstrom's tunnel too, not to mention down there in Los Angeles. Whether y'all know it or not, you're heroes. A lot of you, whether you like it or not. You've also seen a few things now that hint at a secret that some of us have known for years. There's evil in the world, true evil. Evil beyond the understanding of most folks. And some of us try to fight it. I take the pen as mightier than the sword approach when I can help it, but you folks seem a bit more qualified to handle things directly. I have a proposition for you. This is more than just random pockets of bad news. It's all tied together, and I can't explain how or why just yet. My friend Sam could have helped with that, but I'm working on it. Others are too, and they've come up with ways to help keep you alive while you're doing it. And at that point, he raises his hand up, his left hand, and on his ring finger there is a golden ring that has a crossed sword and torch on it in the signet area. And he continues on with, this is a signet ring for the Explorer Society. It's kind of a gentleman's club, if you will, who help those in need. The ring gets you in their lodges. It might also help you get out of trouble with certain authorities. I'm not saying you can rob a bank, flash a ring, and saunter off to Mexico with someone else's cash, but sometimes in helping folks, you wind up taking a little law into your own hands, or maybe taking down some local citizen who isn't what he seems to be. Most local lawmen have no idea what's going on, and maybe as much hindrance as help. But the rangers up north, the rangers out here, the agents up north, and a few other organizations are a completely different story. In fact, it's their job to track down the weirdness and make sure the rest of us never hear about it. Most of the time it ends with something that shouldn't exist getting a lead shower and a quick burial, or burning if it's really nasty. And sometimes it's a whole lot more complicated than that. Sometimes when you're saving some poor unfortunate soul, you might cross paths with the authorities. Show them this ring and they might turn the other way while you scamper off. If you want to join the society and get your ring, head on up to Shanfan and talk to a Brit by the name of Captain Roderick Pennington Smythe and tell him that Lacey sent you. And then tell him everything you've seen over these past few weeks. Now, I know some of you have other business out here. Trust me when I tell you this is an opportunity you don't want to pass up. You're going to see evil out here no matter what you're up to, and it's better to be prepared and maybe have a little help than face it on your own. You have any questions for me?
Yeah, can we get a little bit of that repeated slower so I can make a journal entry?
Sure. What would you like to read here?
The bit about the signet ring, mainly.
Long and the short of it is, whenever you're dealing with territorial rangers or the agency, they'll usually cut you loose. Usually, not always. Just because they know that the Explorer Society is one of the good guys.
Is the good doctor, nodding towards Hellstrom's camp, is a member of this society?
He is not, and nor will he ever be if I have my say.
Okay, then I'm in, because... Wait, is the Reverend Grimm a member of this society?
Most definitely not.
Okay, then what's it pay?
Pay? That you've done a good deed for others? Sometimes you might even stumble across some funds that were directed in the wrong direction, and you can redirect it to a better direction. But most folks join just out of a sense of dedication to protecting humanity from the forces of darkness.
Well, that's all well and good, but a dedication to protecting humanity does not feed one's belly.
That is true. However, anytime you go to a lodge, all of your needs can be taken care of pretty easily.
You ain't never heard of altruism before, Chuck?
I don't know Al or Mr. Rism, so I'm good.
Altruism's a word, friend. It's where you do good things for people for the sake of being good.
He points at the wagon. You see those horses?
They don't actually give a shit about good or evil. They care about the hey, you are absolutely right.
See, I've got responsibilities that takes funds. Now, I can appropriate funds from those who are doing the bad things, then that's a bit more acceptable. And it's not like this is the full-time job, is it, Mr. Lacey?
No, not really. But I would recommend that you do check the Sunday edition of the Tombstone Epitaph. That's the national edition that goes all over the country. Page 13 is where my editor lets me do what I want, and I use it to plant messages to the society about strange occurrences I've stumbled onto. When you have some downtime, check the headlines and see if you can do the world a little good. Any ad that starts with the words good intentions will be for you specifically. Got that?
I mean, I guess. It's the Tombstone Epitaph. Check it out on Sundays, yeah?
Yep,
Good intentions is specifically for us.
that is correct. And when he says that, he just calmly points at the name of Hellstrom's train, which happens to be good intentions.
Yeah, I think that might be a misnomer. Looks over at Goodman. I too know $5 words.
Words are worth $5. Those horses wouldn't go hungry, would they? I'm gonna say, I don't think men like Hellstrom know what they're doing is evil. History is written by the victors, right? So as long as the victory is secured, they get to write whatever they like. I think it's time to tell our own story and write Bard's tale. We're gonna rip this asshole a new asshole, I think, in the long term. Let's go fuck shit up.
Well then,
Look at Tilly and Cole.
Cole's kind of sitting there taking it all in, kind of judging the reception of the news from Mr. O'Malley. And he's kind of thinking about right now that if he wants to pull Mr. O'Malley to the side and have a little chat with him.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, you can.
Yeah, I'm going to let everybody else finish up their words with him, and then I'll take him to the side and talk to him for a moment.
All right. Anybody else got anything with Mr. O'Malley?
I do. So obviously I'd wait until it'd be a one-on-one thing. So if anybody else has stuff to talk to him about, this is going to be like catching him before he like buggers off. So I'm looking at basically mentioning to him about the case of the burned bar. And because he is an investigator, right? Like he does, he's a journalist, investigative journalist.
Yes.
So I'm basically going to ask him that I want to help and I want to do good in the world, but I had responsibilities to my bar, and that burned down. So what I'm asking, Mr. Lacey, is I'm looking for purpose.
Well, I
want to kill
promise you.
I want to kill the son of a bitch that burned my bar, but I want to make sure that I find them and that they know what they did.
I can tell you there isn't no greater purpose than what the Explorer Society is up and about. I can also promise you I will dig my heels in and put a few other folks on looking into your bar. But we'll see if we can't find who did this.
Then your tab's always free.
Sounds good, sir.
I like you, Tilly. What is your drink?
Depends on what I'm in the mood for. Case like this, it may be something strong.
Well, see if we can't figure something out. I'll peruse my wares. Go digging into another pocket of my coat.
All right, so Cole is then able, as everybody's packing up and getting ready to take off on Charles's wagon, Cole's able to get Lacey off to the side.
Mr. O'Malley,
Ranger,
was it that obvious?
you all have the same kind of nearly wooden personality, yes.
Well, that's why I kind of want to have a chat about. Do you think these folks are cut out?
If they're not, then that'll be in fate's hand. But if we can have more people wandering and looking into the truth of matters and shining the light of truth upon the evils that wander this world, I think it'll be worth it. Especially young Miss Daisy. I'm not going to lie. That little girl terrifies me. But
Yeah,
as long as you can
keep her, me too.
Keep her pointed in the right direction, I think everything will work out fine.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the ones I'd rather have in front of me than behind me.
I agree. Hopefully she wakes up. Hopefully
I'm
she's
hoping
not
so too.
Damaged.
Hopefully, Doc Tilly can get her work done.
I think Doc Tilly might not be the kind of doctor you're thinking.
Well, I'll keep an eye on these guys.
And
Try to keep them safe.
definitely get up to Shanfan and talk to Captain Pennington Smythe. He'll be able to get you guys pointed in the right direction.
Will do. I'll kind of give him like a little tip of the hat nod and head back to the party.
All right. Okay, so are you guys going to follow Lacey's advice and start making your way to Shanfan?
I sure the hell ain't gonna hang out here, and there's not really much humanity between here and Shanfan anyway.
I don't know, fam. I think I was gonna just bask in the Holocaust. It seemed pretty rad. Like, let's just chill here. Like the mushroom cloud. Like, damn, I can still see that up there. That's wild. Hanging up there like the dark fucking mark, bro. Oh.
All right. So I am going to do a random encounter for the trip. And I've got all these wonderful tables that the great folks at Pinnacle Entertainment have provided those of us who play Deadlands. But first up, I need to deal myself a card and see what it is before I roll on the tables. So,
Please no rattlers. Please no rattlers.
Reset.
I'm not upset about my initial roll there with my
Shuffle.
my figure roll. But I got like a triple raise to not be choked up.
Pretty much.
You did.
Just the most like bandana up man of all time, but like that is not where I wanted the triple raise.
That's valid.
Not even at all. I always want good luck at the end of the game. That is scaring me more than Tilly. Not Tilly. God damn. And Lacey's a dude. The kid. What is the kid? Daisy, Hells, Bells, Tilly, and Lacey and Daisy. Oh my.
I mean, Tilly does have a flamethrower as well, so she's not unnecessarily unfear-inducing.
Oh, you're not wrong, but like, she's scary in the strong, independent woman way, not in the, oh, you're not raised by people kind of way.
That's just it. She was raised by people.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
I don't know what her pa taught her, but it was how to kidney poke.
Taught her how to speak wolf to communicate with her siblings.
Oh no. I'm just glad she's on my team.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so glad.
All right. I am in the process of setting up this nice random encounter.
Oh. It's so generated randomly.
It is. So for those of you not familiar with how Savage Worlds random encounters work, first I draw a single card and get a suit. And then I look at the table that I want and I make a random d20 roll on that table for that suit. And it can come up. So like for instance, the encounters table for the Great Maze, which is where these folks are,
Oh, fuck.
is broken into both land and sea encounters. So if I drew clubs, it would be an obstacle. If I drew diamonds, it would be some kind of treasure that they stumbled upon. If I drew hearts, they'd meet some strangers. Or if I drew spades, it would be an actual encounter with enemies. And beautiful, beautiful thing is I drew spades.
Yeah, I find that oddly coincidental, you murderous hobo.
You're gonna keep putting things in front of us, and we're gonna keep having to level them. I'm not thrilled.
Like I said, please don't be a rattler.
You're in the Great Maze, so rattlers are not common here.
But maze dragons, on the other hand, are.
If you were traveling by sea,
You're just putting words together. Don't say that. You can't just put maze and then whatever you want and it be a thing. You can't just say maze dragon and expect there to be a maze dragon. I refuse.
there are such thing as maze dragons, so
God damn it!
I might have played Deadlands at Timer 7 from way back when.
all right. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this little map here for you guys to see. Apparently I've got to do it from here. And that should pull you guys all over. So as you guys are traveling... Oh, why is it not showing up there? Let me see. Yeah, it should.
What's not showing up?
So for the viewers map, apparently I forgot to make the viewer screen an observer on all of you.
So the people watching on YouTube
Can't see what's going on.
at the moment.
So I'm going to pause recording for the couple of minutes it's going to take me to set this up. All right, now our YouTube viewers can see what's going on.
What?
What? So yes, you guys are traveling along, following an old brackish creek, heading northwest, or well, north-northwest, to city of Shanfan. When I need everybody to make a notice check.
I don't see shit. You know what? I'm gonna Benny that.
Okay.
There
All
we
right.
go.
Goodman comes in strong with a 4. Cole comes in strong with a 5. Charles got an 8, so he's got a raise. And we just need Dr. Tilly to click on that roll button.
It is not working for me.
Hit F5 to refresh and then try it again.
1 second. Come on now.
Isn't technology grand?
Oh, it's wonderful.
It's my favorite thing of all time. It has TikTok and everything.
Which, while I'm not super active, the Knights of the Smith Dinner Table does have an actual TikTok that I'll post map making videos to and other minor things. And I may give the password and stuff to Mike, because he's much better at that social media stuff than I am, and let him post stuff to it.
Did it not roll?
It has not rolled that I see.
Oh, there
it is.
Okay.
All right, so Tilly comes in. It did not update that, but
Came in at a 2.
Came in at a 2. So, Tilly, you do not see it. I am going to grab everybody here, and you guys are about here. When running from just about everywhere, you guys see a group of creatures, humanoid creatures, that look very emaciated. And they're coming from this direction and this direction.
And vaguely F-shaped.
No. So
Yeah,
whenever
that's
they don't
what
have
these-
art for the creature, they replace it with the first letter. And
We are about to get effed up.
true story. All right, so now that I have all of my F tokens placed, you guys get a good look at these things, and the first thing that crosses your mind is Walking Dead.
Oh, that's perfect.
However, these things seem super emaciated, and I need everybody to give me a spirit test.
Refreshing.
Okay. All right, Cole is up, Charles is up, Goodman is up.
Cole will be spending a Benny on
Cole
that.
is spending a Benny on his 2.
Charles is going to spend a Benny on his 2 as well.
And Goodman has a 7, so he's doing all right.
Cole's going to send a secondary Benny on it. There we go.
I'm a juggernaut when it comes to. Oh my god, dude!
All
I'm a
right.
juggernaut when it comes to spirit.
Charles comes in with a 9, giving him a raise. Goodman comes in with a 7, giving him a pass. Cole has a 14, giving him 2 raises. So we just need Miss Tilly to make her.
Dr. Tilly to you.
Yeah, dude, Jesus.
She didn't spend time in mad science school to be called Miss.
I was about to say, she didn't terrorize that entire town of people, reconstructing them into a horrific Promethean monster just for you to fucking call her Miss. She worked really hard on it. You need to respect that.
What he said.
Hashtag meat monster.
All right.
Come on, what is going on here?
I say, don't look at that hashtag.
I wasn't gonna say anything because then people would. Come on, man. You know people. Just gonna let it be. They were gonna have their funny moment. Now no one's gonna look at it, but now everyone's on the page. They're on it.
Yep.
They know what's going on.
You know, some of them are going to look at it anyway.
Game over. Some people don't even watch the show, man. It's wild.
All right.
I'm having a really hard time rolling. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Which browser are you trying to do it in?
She's in
The wrong one.
Edge, but Foundry actually normally runs really well in Edge. As a matter of fact, it's one of the ones they recommend.
Because
The one thing about the good doc is if there's any kind of technology or electrical anything, there's going to be a problem with it.
I mean, can you roll for her, James? Like, actually, like...
I sure
I'm-
can.
Hold on.
Are you doing it from the heads-up display, or are you doing it from your character sheet?
The display.
Try it from your character sheet. On the traits tab, just click on the word spirit and see if
I
that
keep
does it.
forgetting that the like,
Okay, hold on. Let's see.
the HUD exists.
I don't use it. I know some
I keep
people like
forgetting
it,
about it.
but it
I'm
comes
a
and
HUD
goes.
user.
It comes and goes on how useful it is. Sometimes they do an update and it like completely wrecks it,
Character sheet, Control C.
or just see.
That's not pulling up at all.
Ah, there is a connection issue then.
Oh, here it is.
Oh,
Here we go. Hold on.
then you just click on the word spirit.
Traits.
And spirit
For
would be...
crap's sake.
Why did it do that? Why is it doing that? No, don't click that. That was me. For some reason,
It was me.
did that get shut off?
Is that you in there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in your character sheet as well.
Okay. We're messing with me now.
There. Should have highlighted on your screen.
It did not.
Ah.
Other pop-ups. I see it. It won't let me do anything. There we go.
While she is having her issues, I am going to take the time to reload my section.
It's gonna reload.
Yep.
Rolling.
Oh,
Ooh.
there we go.
Did we get a roll?
It did roll.
Yay!
All right, so Tilly comes in with a 5, so she is fine as well. And with that, we will jump into the fight. And it's a fight for your guys' lives.
Oh fuck. Okay. So there's just no talking to these assholes. Huh.
Oh no, they start screaming at you in some kind of maniacal, hungry sound. No,
Give it to
not
'em.
quite. All
I
right.
got a little Lumi. They too good for that? Fucking assholes.
Coming in at the king of clubs, we have Dr. Tilly Bates. Doc, what are you going to do?
Oh boy. What are my options?
I mean,
Let's see.
there's a bunch of slavering, dead-looking, emaciated people that
I
are
don't see
surrounding
them.
you guys.
They're
No?
the
Where are
F
they?
around the map.
Zoom out.
I'm zooming. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
You can't see them, like, over here or up here.
Oh, there. Oh, God.
Yep.
There you
Yeah, I
go.
don't like them. Oh, boy. Ooh.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
sensing a little flamethrower action on these guys.
they're very emaciated-looking humans with jagged fingernails and snarling, ravenous-looking features.
Oh, yeah, I don't like this. And you're going to send the doc in first?
You could try, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Make an occult check.
Make it a what?
Occult. You do not have it on your character sheet, so click on that unskilled attempt.
Where is that?
Should be at the very bottom of the skills.
Yep, right above your weird science.
D4 -2.
Oh, I'm getting there.
Yeah, she's slow. She's almost a Luddite.
I am not slow. It's the computer.
At least you can blame it on something.
Right? You guys know I'm going to get hit the next time she sees me at work, right?
You definitely are.
I mean, I figured that was probably a daily occurrence.
Not
Some
daily.
picks more than others. Okay, where do I find the unskilled? Here. hold on.
So it's under your skills on the traits tab. And it's all the way
Got
down. There you go. And just click on that little unskilled button. Oh, look at that. It came up. And then click on the roll button in the chat.
Yep. I'm just having problems with the mouse navigating.
Oh, kick it.
Did we roll?
We did roll, and
All right.
Both of them.
it went a little crazy.
Oh, no.
So I saw one raise but I did not see the actual die. Mike or Nick or Luke, did you guys see what the die said?
No, they're
Nope.
blue and black. I cannot read them.
Okay.
It was a 5 or more.
So, let me see if I click on the button if it rolls for her. Yeah, it'll roll fine for my end. I don't know what your problem is, Pam.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to call it just, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and call it a basic success. Because I doubt you rolled a 1 on the ace. These are Faminites. You've actually heard of them, but you didn't really believe that they existed. These are people, they're not actually dead, but they've contracted some sort of wasting disease that passes on to other folks extremely easily through contact. And they just can't get enough to eat. Something causes them to emaciate, and they just become ravenous. So what would you like to do? Ooh, she's thinking. I can hear
I'm thinking.
I can hear the brain cells cooking.
I think I'm going to move forward.
Okay.
God damn, every time. Okay.
I'll give you a moment to make your move.
Time for a flamethrower.
I'm trying. Yep.
There we go. I don't think your cone is going to reach any of them. But if you want, you can either run and get closer, but that throws a -2 penalty on it, or you can hold your action until they come closer.
I think I'm going to stay there.
Okay. So you want to hold?
Yep.
All right. Click the hold thing. And that'll take us to Cole Cassidy. Now, she didn't call out what these were, Cole.
Nope. And I was about to ask, do I get a
You get an occult.
do I get my bonus from my book?
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay. So I'm going to make my occult check with my bonus from my book.
All right. Here comes the dice roll. And that book is a good thing for you. You recognize them as Faminites as well. What you gonna do?
Oh, I'm going to look over at Chuck and like, better get to cooking.
I'm gonna throw a Benny your way for that.
Because these sons of bitches is hungry.
You earned that. Fuck.
Okay, what else are you gonna do?
All right.
You know that
I'm
there's
actually...
no reasoning with these people.
Yep. So I'm going to unsling my shotgun and gonna wait till one gets close and give it a blast.
All right. So that puts you on hold as well. And that'll take us to the first of these Faminites, and it rushes right up to you. You gonna try and interrupt its action?
Yep.
All right, make an agility test. This is a pose. It got a 3, you got a 4. You go first as it comes running up to you.
All right. And we are just gonna shoot it. Let's see. Shooting slug. I actually to make sure I target it so I get all those bonuses.
Slug at point blank range. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Trying to figure out if there's anything else I want to do.
Make sure you double click the damage ones that you're using. So that way it'll carry through to your damage roll.
Yep.
Turn it solid red. Whenever you're ready.
Yep,
See if you can hit it.
I don't think I'm going to do anything else, any other modifiers to it. Let's just shoot it straight up.
Right now, that is a miss because you were shooting against its
Parry. Yep. So we will spend a Benny on that.
And that came out worse.
Now we'll go ahead and spend one more Benny on that.
Oh, there's an ace. Coming up with a 7. And that is going to hit. No raise.
All right. And that'll be one shot out of that.
Oh, an ace on that D10 damage, giving it 2 wounds. And it is quite dead.
And after that, I'm going to take a step back and put my back against the wagon, which it won't let me do that.
It will now.
That way, they can't sneak up behind me.
Okay.
And then I will end my turn.
All right. So this one, I'm going to make it the leader of the group. And it is going to come rushing forward at Tilly. Tilly, are you going to take your action? Oh, somebody's knocking at my door. I am going to pause for just a moment. All right. Apparently my daughter decided to order food. So, Pam, is Tilly going to eat now, or is she going to wait until they get closer?
I think Tilly's going to take a shot.
All right. What are you shooting? Your flamethrower? Or are you going to shoot your peacemaker? Or your
Peacemaker.
sawed off? All right. So, it is far enough away. Actually, you and it first need to make an opposed agility check. See if you can interrupt it. It got a 2. Let's see what you got.
Agility.
I'm clicking on it, and there we go. Are we rolling? What are we doing here?
You are rolling. Oh my god.
I don't know why there's so many dice going, but
That was a lot of dice. I think it just needed a second to breathe because it was moving you in the initiative tracker because you were held.
The first one was a 7 total.
That's about right.
Or it shows as a 4 there.
Jeez.
I don't know which of the 11 that you did.
It's still better than a 2.
But it's still better than the 2, so you win.
Little weird science going on there.
Did it just choose to give her average numbers because it just completely fucked up there? All those numbers are 4. That is the average roll on a dice for a D6.
Oh my gosh.
You get to go first, so.
Give him the juice! Make these technical difficulties work for you.
Oh my god, really?
They're strength.
So hold Alt and click on the target that you're going to shoot before you
shoot it.
No, not on you. There you go. Oh,
don't laugh at me.
Hit untargeted. There we go. Now you can click on roll for that gunshot. And just click
roll is not up there.
Scroll up in the chat.
God's sakes, you guys.
I think Pam's on like a potato connected to the internet.
I am on something that's really freaking annoying right now.
It was definitely an integral part of it. I think that's the battery.
To come over to the house and she could play from the house, but she hasn't done it yet, and she could use something much faster.
You think?
God damn.
Just saying.
Why does it say subtract ammo?
Because it's going to subtract ammo when you shoot.
Where did it go? There it goes. Quit laughing at me.
All right. So you
Did it roll anything? Do I need to hit the button 15 more times?
No. No.
Because it is not doing anything on my end at all.
There it goes. Critical failure.
Critical failure. So the gun jams. And it is running. And since it's only going an additional inch, I'm not going to bother rolling. It targets you, and it's going to try and bite you.
Nice.
And well, that was delayed. All right, so it misses you, but just barely. And that'll take us to, that was it. This one, who it's going to have to actually make a running roll to see if it can get to you. All right, so it moves 6 and then up to 7. It is unable to reach you this round. And then we go to the next group. And it's going to run. Oh, this one might make it to. It does. And it's going to try and hit you with a bite. And did it not get the... Huh. It didn't get a gang up though. Not that it would have mattered. I'm not sure why it's doing a gunshot for the biting.
It also didn't get the negative for the run check, so...
Oh, that's on me. I forgot to click it. All right, so this guy, he is going to run. That's 11. She is the closest thing. Go. It's going to try and bite. I'll make sure I add the ran button and roll. And it misses. Then we go to the next one. Come on. There we go. It's going to try running. I've had a few good rolls, so I'm due for a bad one. And it is just shy of being able to join in the... Next one tries running. We're almost to Goodman's turn. This is the downside to how Savage Worlds works. What I get? Total of 8. The good news is, if Tilly gets to go again soon, she can step back and really lay into him. And then this one is going to try running. 8. Hit. And then it is Goodman's turn. Goodman?
Oh shit. Okay. So I see him lay this thing out right in front of me. And
Indeed.
so this is not going to be good timing in the show, but in character, the timing's going to be fucking perfect. So he's going to say basically, Chuck, get the wagon on. These people are fucking hungry. I'm going to look at him and say, lead's on the menu, and I'm pulling my gun out. I'm going to move across. So after he levels this thing, I'm going to move across him.
Okay.
And bring the gun up. I'm going to try and keep it as away from the horse's face as I can, but we're aiming there. I'm going to try and take a shot with the with my rifle.
All right. Trying to take some of the heat off of Tilly.
Give her a backup route so she can move backwards and fry them, because that one is the one that's closest to me, but also has the most chance to push her into a direction we don't want her to go in.
I like that plan.
Okay, so for that, I moved. Is there any other modifiers here? Just Straight up rolling here.
You didn't run, so yeah, it's just straight up rolling because it's the middle of the day.
Ooh. So it would be buckshot media.
You're in short range for that Winchester lever action.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, short range and roll. See, that's where I like to have my raises. Imagine if that was the 3, though.
I don't know why it added the Wilhelm scream to that, but I'll take it.
Because that motherfucker went flying. He's gone.
That was a hit with a raise. Go ahead and click that raise damage button. Oh, there's an ace for a grand total of 17, and your shotgun removes that sucker from existence.
How's that guy behind him doing? That's a lot of damage.
And that
Jesus.
takes us to Charles. Charles, the first thing I need you to do is make a drive-in roll to control your horse, who is now panicking.
Yeah,
There
I'm
are
sorry.
2 horses pulling the wagon, for the record.
Are there?
I do feel bad.
Yes,
My bad.
that's fine. It doesn't. It's just that is not a pass. We're gonna spend my last Benny on that one. Okay. There we go. That's an 8. That's a raise.
All right. So you managed to keep those horses under control. And what are you going to do?
We're going to declare 2 actions to help out the good doctor.
Okay.
First
I'm guessing
things
the first one is
first.
shooting.
Yes.
Give
We
her.
got buckshot, short. 2 actions. Roll.
Oh, there's an ace, a second ace, a third ace.
Oh, it just keeps going.
Total of
I would like to
17.
propose a house rule to where we use the old Deadlands, but only for us. Like, you don't get to use that.
No, I am already shitting on that. No. if it's fair on one side of the table, it's fair on both sides of the table.
Well, then I will not do that because I've seen the way James cheats.
Cheats.
All right.
It's a legitimate strategy, holding dynamite.
I said what I said.
All right. Coming in with 13 damage. That's 2 wounds, and another Fammonite bites the dust.
Legs on the fucking menu and Chuck was cooking. Let's go, dude.
That's right.
All right. And your second action.
Stand up, hit that next one, and say, they don't look like paying customers, so they're going to pay in kind.
Yeah, boy.
The one
We're all-
liners tonight.
Yeah, we're quipping all over the place.
All right. So
Hit, not a raise.
not a raise.
It's okay. I rolled a 6 anyway. It's fine. 14
You did more damage without it.
Yep.
And another Fammonite drops, and Tilly suddenly finds herself without any dance partners in the immediate vicinity. Let's see if I can change that up. Because
That's
now,
like the Shaun of the Dead ending where they're like getting swarmed and then suddenly it's like, and it's just them standing there and the special forces all come in. They're like, hey, what's going on? It's literally what just happened there. It's like, oh God, they're biting. What happened? Oh,
We are using Winchesters.
yeah.
the superior firearm.
All right. So we have this Fammonite that's all the way up here to the northwest. It's going to try and run. And it's not going to get there. So 7 inches total. Come on. All right, there's the first 6. Let me zoom in. Good enough. Then the next Fammonite. Hey! This one is also going to run, but it's got targets that are closer than Tilly. And it is definitely going to get right up in Mr. Goodman's face.
Bring it. Please don't. I'm very fragile.
And as it leans back and attempts to bite Mr. Goodman,
Yes.
Will he be bitten? I don't know. Is Tilly going to be able to take a step back and fry it all? Good possibility, but I guess we'll find out next time. Tales from the Deadlands. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody, and we'll see you then.
I hate cliffhangers.
Oh, right?
Screams to the heavens.
Normally, you guys all say goodbye, but I guess I'm just going to end the recording now.
Yeah, no. Fuck you, James.
I was
Bye,
just screaming.
everybody.
I was just I was screaming at the end. I don't know, like I was going for it.
Play podcast references the Savage Worlds game system and the Deadlands Weird West Savage setting, both of which are available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Consent Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle, and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings, and unique characters, locations, logos, and trademarks are all copyright of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Tales from the Deadlands, Knights of the Smith Dinner Table, and all of its logos are property of Knightsmith Games, LLC. For more information, head to www.knightsofthesmithdinnertable.com.